MP Concepts GT500 track pack style rear spoiler and carbon fiber appearance for the 2015 to 2023 Mustang Fastback is a great option for those Mustang owners looking to add an aggressive, track-inspired look to their ride. This spoiler is designed for those who want a bold styling of carbon fiber wing, whether you're looking to enhance the aerodynamics of your Mustang or simply elevate its exterior appearance. This GT500 style spoiler brings a race-ready aesthetic that fits seamlessly with the Mustang's sleek lines. This spoiler is molded after the iconic GT500 wing, giving your Mustang a muscle car performance look. This raised design provides a very aggressive stance, while the integrated side winglets enhance the overall sporty appearance. While this is primarily going to be a visual upgrade, the aerodynamic shape can also help with the high-speed stability by adding some downforce to the rear end of the vehicle at those higher speeds. Finished with this carbon fiber appearance, the spoiler delivers a high-performance aesthetic of real carbon fiber without the extreme cost that usually comes with those carbon fiber spoilers. The finish on this is UV resistant, helping protect against fading and discoloration over time. The spoiler is designed to fit perfectly on the fastback trunk lid, providing a flush, factory-like fit that enhances the car's styling without looking out of place. MP Concepts constructs this spoiler from high-quality ABS plastic, a material known for its durability and lightweight properties with a resistance to impacts and weathering. Unlike real carbon fiber components, ABS plastic is more forgiving for everyday wear and tear, making it a practical choice for daily driven Mustangs. This carbon fiber style finish is going to be applied with a hydro dipping process, making sure that it looks super realistic, has that gloss, and mimics actual carbon fiber. Now, as far as the pricing goes on this spoiler, it's coming in right around that mid $500 price range, which is a pretty solid price point for a high quality rear spoiler that can improve the style and aerodynamics of your Mustang. So it's really both form and function here. Installation on this spoiler is pretty straightforward and it can be done right at home. You're going to need to drill some holes for the mounting points, but a drilling template is included to make that as simple as possible. The kit includes all the necessary hardware and 3M automotive grade tape to ensure a secure and long-lasting fit. The entire process can be completed in 2 hours, so we're giving this one a middle of the road 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Now, let's see exactly how that install process goes with an install video with an American Muscles customer.
And a quick run through on all the tools I use for this installation. So, typical ratchet. We've got a 10mm socket, and then we've also got it's like a 1/2-inch socket. It's for the larger bolts there. Just a ratcheting screwdriver. Screwdriver will be fine too, or any socket holder. This is a step bit. It steps all the way up to 3/4 inch, though I only needed it to really go up to about just above 1/2 inch. This is a 5/8 drill bit. Then I've got 2 smaller ones that just used for pilot holes there, just to get the hole started, but I needed to step up slowly to get up to the step drill bit. And I used, of course, some socket adapters there. Typical socket adapter. A few plastic trim removal tools. You can get these on Amazon or wherever. Typical heat gun there, just to help with the removal of the glue, as well as some carpenter's tape to line up the location of the spoiler. Some needle nose pliers just to get access to those long bolt nuts. I used this little extraction tool there where I dropped a few bolts inside of the actual trunk itself. So this was very big help just to be able to get those out. And of course a power drill, a big brand. And I did use some brake clean there, whatever is your local or favorite brand, should be fine. All right, step 1, we're gonna take these 2 brackets and we're gonna install these into the bottom of each side of the wing. And then we're gonna bolt those in with these 1/2-inch Allen key bolts. All right, so we're gonna take our 1/2-inch bolts here and we're gonna slowly just thread them a little bit into the actual wing itself so we don't cross thread. We're just gonna go piece by piece here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, you know, set these with your fingers first, just so you don't end up cross-threading them, because I found you start going to work with the drill, you're really at risk of cross-threading these drill holes, and then you're going to be in trouble. Just set the back of my drill, set it back up. And we're going to go around and tighten all these, get them nice and snug, not too snug. Crisscross pattern is always good, so then you don't have to worry about anything readjusting and losing it once that's nice and firm in there. Next, we're going to take the mounting bracket that's going to mount to your trunk right here, and we're going to bolt it to the bracket that raises the actual wing off of the trunk. So you're going to flip over this guy. Make sure, from my perspective, you want to see these holes on the inside, because that looks like the ugly side to me. So you're going to take that and you're going to place it into the bracket that mounts to the trunk. You're going to drop in your 1/2 inch bolt. Once you get those in, grab your drill. Make sure you hand tighten again. You want to avoid stripping these bolts. Once you get one of these guys in, the other two should be a breeze. Then we're going to hop on the other side, and that's how it's going to look on the wing itself. See, the wing will sit on here. Alright, so we're going to take that assembled bracket and we're going to install this and connect it to the other bracket we installed into the wing. So you're going to take a 25mm bolt along with your washer. You're going to line these up here and make sure you've got these correctly assigned sidewise. You're going to put the actual bracket that goes to the trunk on the outside. You're going to feed this bolt through, and you're going to thread into the hole there. Once again, we're going to slowly bring this down. And we're going to go to the next one. And you can adjust the height here, as you can see. You can go up or down here. So right now we're going to set this to a low height. Maybe we'll come back and change it later. That's fine for now. And snug it up. And snug it up. Then we're going to take our 10mm bolt, secure it to this side, and secure it to this side. Then we'll grab 10mm socket, snug this up. Snug this up. Now I'll hold that there. I'll grab this drill and just snug up a bit more. And this will be one of your biggest points of flexing and force, so you want to make sure these are nice and tight. And there we go, I'm happy with that. Then we're going to do the same thing for the next side. Alright, so now we're going to install these end caps onto either side of the wing. So you're going to grab your inner end cap, and that's going to be the one that actually has the inner bevel inside of it. So we're going to take that, ensure we've got the orientation correct on our spoiler, and we're going to line it up here with the pre-drilled holes. We're going to take one of these 15mm nuts, or bolts, sorry, hand tighten that into the first hole, hand tighten number 2, and we're going to hand tighten number 3. We'll take our drill, and it's nice and easy on this. It's, you know, it's a composite plastic. You really don't want to break this thing. It doesn't need very much. Make sure it's lined up nicely. Perfect. Then we're going to continue to the next side and do the same thing. Alright, next up we're going to take the exterior outer wing cap, and we're going to put these on top of the end caps that we just installed. Make sure you're double checking those holes. Line at the end, line at the end. Click, 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 click. And double check to make sure it's seated properly. And there we are. Alright, so now we're going to remove the existing tail that comes with the S550 typically. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the trunk, open this bad boy up. First thing we're going to want to do is remove the bolts that hold on the stock spoiler. So we're going to remove this grommet here to the side. We're going to grab our drill with our 10mm socket and extension on it. You might need a slightly longer bit because the bolts that these are actually screwed onto, they're a little long. We're going to go into this hole, latch on, and go. Trick here to make sure you don't actually lose the bits in the trunk. You want to bring the trunk down to about this level as you're doing this, and then complete the removal of the nut itself. It'll fall out nicely. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Come out nice and easy. One more bolt we're going to remove here. So you're going to these grommets. And here's two. Push pins off. Pull right out. There's pressure pins. Holding in the wing. Okay, now that we've got those two bolts off from underneath here, we're going to put this back on since our new spoiler won't need to have access to this. Since ours is going to be bolted up just on the 3 on the side here, 3 on this side here. So we're going to shove in these rubber grommets first. On the left side, repeat the process. Nice and easy. Sled goes up. Start with the bottom, the opposite side here. Push that one in. One thing I did forget to grab, make sure you grab your emergency pole. Just in case anyone gets locked in this guy, you want to make sure they've got a way to get out. Pull that out there. That, make sure it's hanging. Alright, so next step what we're going to do is we're going to actually remove the tail itself. So right now, we've got the 2 bolts out, so we're going to use a heat gun to try and warm this 3M tape that it's held on with. Now, I've removed one of these before, so you've got a strip of 3M tape on the front and another 3M tape strip on the back. So, get our heat gun heated up. Not too close, you don't want to melt the wing. Some on the front. And we'll slowly start prying. Just like that. Get our trim tool in there. Slowly start working it again. Slice some of that 3M off. There we go, that was a nice one. Nice and easy. Again, nice and easy. Slowly move along with the wing. Same methodology, you want to just slowly get that heat, that glue. You keep your hand as close to the area you're pulling as possible. Pry slowly. And there we go. There's your OEM spoiler removed. Definitely not the easiest part of this job. Probably the hardest part of this job, but once it's done, you'll thank yourself. Alright, now with that stock spoiler off, you're going to want to clean this up before you go for the complete install of the rest of the wing. So, you know, depending on what you want to use, you're going to want to go with an industrial glue remover, Goo Gone, a little bit of brake clean does a decent job, depending on how stuck on this is. So we give a little bit of a layer here, and scrub through. Alright, so now we're going to line this up and get them placed in the trunk. So, these templates here, we're going to quickly just put them on the bottom here of the wing. And really we're just going to put them on just to give us some support while I line it up, because otherwise it'll just slide around on the trunk. Alright, so now we're going to line up the spoiler itself with the trunk. So I put the little 3M guides that it came with, the little template. But what I like to do as well, just to really make this a lot easier on myself, take some masking tape here. Left with nice 2 little templates at the outline for the brackets. So this one, it actually lines up pretty close to the factory hole on the top anyway. So we'll continue this hole right through. Like butter. Alright, now we're going to actually install the wing onto the spoiler, or onto the trunk itself. So this, I've had a few problems with this, screw dropping and falling into this little cavity here. So the easiest way to do this is lower the trunk down, and you want to put the bolt up through. Then I have my assistant here, second hand. I'll bring that over, and I'm going to line that right up with the bolt hole. I'm going to immediately thread this in. Go. I'm going to repeat the process on the other side. Get that partially threaded. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about that falling. Put the other two ones in, same process.
All right, that's gonna wrap up our review and install of the MP Concepts GT500 track pack style rear spoiler with a carbon fiber appearance for the 2015 to 2023 Mustang Fastbacks. And for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.